Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing you a Neocolor II background, how I create such type of fantasy-like background with a bit of mist included so that it becomes a bit spooky or ghosty like. I'm working in the newest Johanna Basford book, Worlds of Wonders. It's the Dutch translation and it's quality paper, so that's why it's perfect for Neocolor II. Now there are also books with thinner paper like the Hannah Lynn ones that accept Neocolors very well, and you can have other paper also thick that absorbs the water too quickly, but this paper is well suited. It's always a trial and error. So now for this sky I've used three colors. One is the sepia one, it's the darkest one. I'm going to see if I can, yes, sepia. Then I've used burnt sienna, and this one is called alizarin oh, I can't read it. Crimson azalerine or something like that. I need reading glasses, I think. Okay, so I will be showing you this background first. Now the thing is, you can color in any way, in any direction you want. So you can just do whatever you like with it. Maybe I will add some extra dark color here. And then you can mix and match all the colors together, but make sure that you leave some space here so that it's not that the color isn't too close to the picture itself, because you want to have, can you see everything? No, sorry for that. So make sure that you always leave some space here, because when you are using the water you are going to spread out your pigment. Now I'm using a water brush, and as you can see it's not of the best quality anymore, and that's just perfect because we are going to dabble. Now I have a cloth here. I'm going to activate the water, and the only thing that I do is just dabble the pigment around. And underneath my page I have put a transparent plastic folder to protect the back pages. Now it's nothing more than that, and if you're not satisfied the first time around, you can always add extra pigment. Now I'm going a bit to the top here, wiping up off my brush because I want some lighter. I still want some pigment near the picture, but not too dark. But I don't like it to stop quite immediately, so and it's just dabbling around with your brush, and in any pattern that you want. It looks like little dots here and there, and now I'm going to make it lighter again so that I have some pigment here. But you get the idea. And I think this technique can be done with Inktense as well, but make sure Inktense can't be moved once it has dried. Neocolor is water-based or can be activated with water, and you can rework the pigment, and that's not exactly the case with Inktense, but maybe it's a bit harder to make the pigment a bit lighter. My brush is getting a bit dry. So you really get a special effect. A bit, yeah, fantasy looking, I think, because of the colors. It's a bit a bloody type of color. Now, and if you are playing around with your pigment, you can always add extra color. Like for instance, here it's more reddish, here it's more brownish. If you want to change that, just add some extra colors that you want and you're good to go. Okay, we are done with this part. Okay, so as you can see, now it's quite yeah, special, but it's not difficult at all, and the effect is really nice. Just make sure that you have kind of complementary colors, but even just experiment. If you want to mix playful colors or special colors together, just go for it and try it. It could be working out very well and very nice. Now for this misty effect here, I'm going to lift my book a little bit and I hope it's a bit visible. So it's a bit of a misty effect. I have used some gesso. Now I'm not going to do it on the wet part, but I still have a little bit of dry Neo available from earlier when I started the picture. So I'm just using a bit that's left in the lid, and for that purpose I'm using a brush, just a paintbrush. And what I do is I take just a little bit of gesso and I start in the same way my dabbling. And if you think, and just you can go anywhere you want. If you think that this part is still a bit too pink and you want it a bit lighter, just go over it. Absolutely no problem. Now I think you can achieve the same effect with some how is it called again? Gouache. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. So as you can see, you can become quite playful. Sorry, can't talk today. And even you can even add a little bit of gesso there. Just make sure it keeps subtle. But I think it's a nice touch. Now if you have overdone it, no problem, just add some extra Neo and it's all settled again. But this gives your picture a bit of a misty look. You can even wipe a little bit, but just do whatever you like. And it's not because the mist is going way up here that I have to do the same thing here. I just simply can choose the direction of my foggy clouds, and if I have too much on my brush, I just wipe it off and work with the residue. Okay, now I have to stop because I will interfere with the wet parts. But that's the effect that you are getting, and I think it's a bit too much here. So I'm going to take a look if I can add a little bit of extra red. Yes, I can. And make sure gesso lets you add extra pigment, but it takes a little bit to dry. But this is perfect. Okay, maybe I've overdone it a bit here as well. To add a little bit of the darker shade as well. Now I really like playing around with gesso because it lets you play with your pigments. Okay, now I'm full of gesso, but this is the result you get. It will look better, of course, after drying, but it's a very special effect. Now this still has a lot to dry, but you get the idea. Going to try and zoom out a little bit. My desk is a mess, I'm very sorry. I will be adding some extra pigment here because it's a little bit too plain. And here I will work in a smaller area, but I will cover the whole page with such a border and see where it will take me with the fog as well. So that was it for today. I really hope you like it. As you can see, it's not difficult at all. Just dabble around and you get some playful effects. You don't have to work with gesso, you can leave it just as rough as it is right here. But I wanted something, especially because there's a moon here, I wanted something foggy and mysterious to get an extra detail. So I thank you all very much for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.